I was somewhere one time. I think it was Dr. Norman Thomas was speaking somewhere. Norman, great educator, great administrator in Atlanta for years, should have been the school superintendent there. Mm-hmm. He was speaking. He wanted to know if his head was shining. He said, and he ain't bald-headed like me, but is it looking a little better, JB? It's not shining so much.
Makeup.
Well, good. Makeup. This is an unscripted MACE Live TV. Let's get back to this law right here, right? I want to read a provision I like in the grievance law, okay? Now, the grievance law, none of the school systems seem to understand this, okay? I like this last one right here, next to the last one. No, it's next to the last. It's that 20-2-989.9, supplemental rules and policies authorized. I guess the legislators, the people of Georgia through their legislators didn't know what they were talking about when they wrote this, because these great erudite school board attorneys, some of them didn't even go to accredited law school, some of them are non-defunct now, right? And they've elevated themselves to be some kind of experts on school law. I'm saying they don't know school law, they don't know basic stuff like this. And we're gonna do a lot of this, go through a lot of the school laws, like Atlanta. They think 20-2-850 is not even in there, right? When it says teachers get, is it 11 and a quarter days, 11 and a half days per contract year, and then after 3 to 6 days, they want to put you on PDP, professional development plan, and that's still a decision. And that's as Brad Bryant basically said, it looks like Atlanta's violating abusing the school law, right?
That's right.
On sick leave. But anyway, Atlanta acts like there's no sick leave law out there, okay? Let me read this section. Nothing, N-O-T-H-I-N-G, in this part, meaning this law, shall be construed to prevent a local unit administration, that means school board, from adopting supplemental rules and policies not inconsistent with this part, that grant additional, and notice that grant additional substantive and procedural rights to the complainant with respect to this part. Anytime they add stuff, I promise you, anytime the school boards add stuff, they do it to try to grant additional substantive and procedural rights for the administration, not for the teachers. They'll come in there, some school boards, I've seen it, I don't know if it's Cobb or, Cherokee, I've seen them, we deal with all these school systems. They like have a mandatory a pre-conference, a pre-hearing meeting. A pre-hearing meeting, I don't even think those are constitutional, although they do them all the time in the courtroom. Where the prosecutor get up there with the defendant, they go in there and talk to the judge, and the judge wants to hear all of it outside the ears of a jury and decide what they think the case ought to be worth. It ain't for the judge to decide that. The Georgia Constitution, the United States Constitution, holds inviolate your right to be judged by your peers, a jury trial, not a trial in front of Deborah Benefield over in Clayton County.
That's right.
Somebody I think's a biased judge, in my opinion. I don't care if I hope you hear this right now, Deborah Benefield. I think you're a very biased judge. No, I don't. Listen, you have a right to be judged in front of your peers, folks. That's what the law says. That's what the Constitution says. Now, they're going to set up things and give teachers, in Atlanta, they got 4 levels of the grievance process. It says in this law that you got 3. Even Brad Bryant, the Vice Chairman of Appeals, who owns state board, used to be on the DeKalb County School Board, used to be the chairman, in fact. Brad Bryant wrote in his opinion in the Gill case down in Muskogee County. That's when they kicked me out of the room. I was tearing them up so bad down there they couldn't handle it. Were you down there that day? They kicked me out.
I think so.
Down in Columbus.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were there to kick me out. Ain't the first time I've ever been kicked out. I've been kicked out many times. How many times you seen me be kicked out? A lot.
I lost count.
Lost count. It ain't because, hey, folks, it's because they can't handle the truth. Some folks just can't handle the truth. And we're going to put the calcium line. I like what Mr. Haynes always says. Put that calcium line of truth on them. I like another phrase he always says. He always talks about order being the first law of the universe. You look up at the universe.
That's right. And
it's all based on order. And you got disorder and chaos in our schools. That's why the kids aren't learning these days. It's not about the teachers. You got 3 issues out there, and not one of them the teachers. You know what the issues are? Defiant and disruptive students, so-called students. Irate and irresponsible parents, and the third thing here, angry and abusive administrators. If you deal with those 3 things, you're going to get the school back on track. Now, I don't know how much time we got back. J.B. Stanley's on the camera right here. How much time we got left on this? Until we say we out of here.
Wake up.
Until we say.
We got 2 minutes apiece.
No, there's no time limit on it, is it? We're going to have to edit all this
we
stuff.
trying to act like it is now. We just kidding. I've been waking JB up over here. JB Stanley doing a good job on the camera back there, folks. And we got more teachers we're meeting with. We met one a while ago. And just about every evening we're meeting with teachers over here at the MACE office, 175 Carnegie Place over in Fayetteville. And if you're not tuning into the teachersadvocate.com, if you're viewing this through Reavers or videos on Yahoo or AOL or YouTube or whatever, you can go to theteachersadvocate.com and get to the MACE website. We're getting people from all over the country viewing it. Recently I got an email from a guy in Missouri. He wants us to set up a MACE organization in Missouri, but we can't do that. We are grounded right here in Georgia. We've had requests from California, Florida, Texas, Alabama, New York, did I say Florida? And Ohio too, I believe. But MACE is committed to Georgia because you don't stretch, like you said recently, you don't stretch your supply lines, right?
That's right.
You don't try to break your troops. Keep them intact, right? And all reason. You sound like you went to West Point, studying the tactics of Napoleon and stuff, and Stonewall Jackson. You keep your troops intact, so you can be there to defend the teachers. And we defend the teachers. We protect teachers. We empower teachers, and we provide aggressive representation when the teacher needs it. Only when the teacher needs it, because sometimes the teacher might not want us coming in that aggressive. It's when the teacher needs it.
Exactly.
And JB, you said it comes across. That's a good orange pen. It comes across pink, you said, right? Well, it ain't pink, folks, but if it were, I'd be proud to hold it up as a pink pen.
There you go.
Now, but the only thing we do, we can only represent you if you're a member. We protect teachers one member at a time. Thanks for tuning in to the teachersadvocate.com.